Hello everyone, I hope everything is going well for you, and today's video is all about IELTS 1 month study plan. One thing you should know about planning is that you should always have a good plan, no matter what you are doing. When you make a plan, it's like giving an arrow a target to shoot at. You won't get anywhere if you just shoot at random without a plan. So, it doesn't matter what your level of English is right now, this plan will work every time and will help you raise your overall band score by 1 to 1.5 bands overall. So, let's start by talking about what kind of materials you need for this 1 month period. We have official Cambridge IELTS books that are more than enough for the reading and listening parts. Currently there is Cambridge 17, which is latest one in the market, followed by 1 to 16. And the internet has a lot of information that can help us with writing and speaking. So you should know that you need to do one reading, one listening, both tasks 1 and 2 for writing, and speak for at least an hour in a day. Let's talk about one by one module. Let's begin with reading. First of all, you need to know how well you can read now. Then you need to figure out where you are falling behind. You might have trouble with your vocabulary, or maybe you might not know what some words and phrases mean, or you might have trouble managing your time, and so on. We will deal with every issue you have. What you need to do is to spend no more than 50 minutes on reading and no more than it, because in the real exam we also need 10 minutes to write our answers on the different answer sheet. So start to use timer for 50 minutes daily. Then this time limit will force you to answer 40 questions in the time given. Just stop where you are when the time is up. If you have answered 30 questions, stop and check your answers. The secret to improve band scores in reading is to have to know why you are wrong and why is the answer you chose was wrong, and you need to clear your doubt first. Don't go any further until you are sure about you understand what went wrong. The second thing you need to do is to write down at least 10 words whose meaning you think I don't know. Then look them up in a dictionary to find out what they mean and what exact words are similar, like synonyms of there. Another tip is to start reading in your head rather than out loud, because when we read something in our minds, we read more and our attention moves from speaking to reading. We will grasp the more knowledge. This way we can find the locations more quickly. We know that we don't have a lot of time to read, so it's much more important to find the exact places than to just read blindly. Skimming technique is what we need to do to find the places. So no matter what kind of question it is, just pick out the 3 most important words and try to figure out what the rest of the sentence means. This method will definitely help you to save your time. Use your pencil well. This is the next thing you need to improve your reading. For example, it means that you should always circle the important words in the questions or a passage, like dates, names, and what they say. You might also need to get rid of questions you have already answered. If you are practicing at home, don't sit where you are mostly likely to fall asleep. Instead, sit up straight in your chair. This will help you to work better. Let's talk about listening section. As you already know, it is one of the easiest parts of the IELTS exam, and most students can get at least 7 bands in it. But I think listening is the kind of the module that will help you to do better on the test as a whole. The goal for this module should be to get more than 7 bands. So what kind of techniques should you use to improve your listening skills? First, try to be calm and pay attention. In order to do well in the IELTS listening test, we need to get into the conversation, as we have to imagine that I am the person standing next to them and listening to their conversation. If you have trouble understanding what they are saying, slow the audio down by 0.25% and try to pay attention to what they are saying. This will give you more time to figure things out. One listening is enough for the day, but when you are done, you need to use the same strategy you used in your reading test. Try to answer the wrong questions again and don't move on until you know why I was wrong and how the answer is right. Another thing you can do to improve your listening skills is to listen to short stories on YouTube and then try to write them yourself. After that, you can ask yourself what important details you left out or forget. This is the best way to improve how well you listen. I also know that the MCQ part of the IELTS listening test is the hardest. In order to correct your answer, put more focus on the contradictions. It means when they are talking about a particular topic, you need to catch the specific words like no, I do not agree with you, however, what, and so on. These type of contradictory words are used to change their opinion entirely. Talk about writing, shall we? Okay. In the writing section, we have to write two things. The first is a report and the second is an essay. It can be on any topic. Task 1 comes first. In task 1, there is a report that can look like a pie chart, a line graph, table, and so on. The thing is that you should first read the samples in the Cambridge books and then read carefully what the examiner have to say. There is an entire different section. After that, you should spend 3 days on each type of task 1 and you should hire a teacher or send me your writing. I will happy to help you definitely. In task 2, there are different essays on different topics. There are a lot of things which matters like grammar, task achievement and lexical resources and so on. First, you need to figure out where you are missing the mark, where you are lacking behind. Maybe you have a trouble coming up with ideas, or maybe you can't put them together in the right way, or maybe you have a vocabulary issue. In this case, you should start from scratch and not act like you know everything. Instead, talk to your teacher about your problems and ask what you should do and where you should put your attention. Start reading some of your favorite kinds of books so you can get an idea of how sentences are put together. Pick at least one way to put together a sentence and learn to do it well. Learn how to use modals one by one because they are the part of grammar. And for vocabulary related to the topic, read as many as samples as you can get an idea of what's going now and what type of topics are coming in the exam. And if you don't want to know what you should do for speaking, ask me in the comments. I will make a whole different video for IELTS speaking. If you find this information useful, please subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Thank you.